Hello boys and girls, my name is Koyoshi and welcome back to my 100% now, technically, volume playthrough of Pokémon Legends Z-A for Nintendo Switch 2. Yes, we're getting all the Pokémon apparently. We decided that, at least get that. And we'll probably do all the research tasks, so much so forth, and that also means we'll be doing the DLC as well. I guess I should have said that. But anyway, in the last video, we left off doing a mix of side missions, but more importantly, catching our first legendary in Xerneas. We're gonna try and see if we can't catch Yveltal as well. Will I actually use them? Maybe not. They are pretty broken after all. I'm just gonna know sometime here. I don't want to wait for this nighttime to come in, because I actually want the money now. Because we're gonna be buying a fossil soon. The only way to guarantee money is to, of course, defeat as many trainers as you can. And see, that's what I meant. If you can just defeat 10 trainers and then leave, it's a fast way to get a cheap amount of money every time. Not to mention, you can farm up all the prize medals while you're doing that too. So with how much we need to buy, we might just be in there grinding just for prize medals, honestly. Who knows? We'll probably get to a point where we will need to grind too. I'm not sure how I want to handle this, because I don't want to really go too overwhelming. I say maybe after we take on the main storyline, we might try grinding, because I heard some of the DLC can have Pokemon higher than the level cap, which is level 100. I did some research, yes. Found that out myself. Alright, well, we were told we need a jaw fossil to give to the center or whatever. So that's what we're gonna do, unless we have a Tarantum already. Probably the easiest way to do that is to just search boxes, see if we find it. Nope. Alright. It was worth a shot. Oh, what do you want again? Beat my brother using just one Uras, he says. When we're right next to the shop, too. That sells the stuff. Alright, we already got a Sail Fossil. Let's do a Jaw Fossil. And because we actually don't have an Aerodactyl yet, I think, yeah, sure, we'll get the old Amber as well. I was gonna get it at some point, just kind of didn't cross my mind, I guess. Alright, yeah, I'm gonna leave. Let's get the heck out of here and, restore both of those. That should give us some free stuff. We're gonna have to go to the research lab for both of these, of course, so let's do that. So the laboratory is the one we need. Researching Pokemon fossils. I can restore them into living fossil. Hey, Pokemon, huh? Alright then, I'll turn the Jaw Fossil back into a Pokemon for you. Success, your Jaw Fossil has been restored to a Tyrant. That fossil gets to be a living Pokemon again. Take good care of it, year. If you find any fossils or amber, you bring it right to me. Yes, I'm gonna restore this old amber. Yes, the old amber has been restored to an Aerodactyl. Alright. Fossil gets to be a living Pokemon again. Take good care of it, you hear? Alright. That gave us a couple of stuff just with that alone. And if we switch out our box, we should be able to evolve it. The use of leveling it up. Or in this case, we're not going to do that. Instead, we're just gonna feed it some of our EXP candies. We'll start with the smaller ones first, since we don't have much use for them otherwise. get it started like that, and then we'll just keep filling our candies rapidly until it reaches the right level. Okay, still a little bit more. I got it's both rock and dragon type at the same time too. Okay. It's not at all. We'll just spend most of it now. Alright. Now we know it evolves at 40, so we can just give it 2 rare candies to finish it off. And just like that, we're done. So yeah, rare candies. Super useful actually for stuff. We don't care about what moves it has. We just want it to evolve. So we're gonna do that. We also, I think, already evolved our Amara into our Aurorus, but we do need to also use our Aurorus for that reason. Alright, well. There we go. We have our Tarentum now. We didn't have it before, apparently, but now we do. Let's go to this one so we can go backwards now. I know we can also grind up at the restaurants. I don't know why. I just don't like doing it, though. Here we go. This should be fine. You really have a Tarentum with you. Then I'm assuming you're willing to help with the shoot? Of course. I knew I can count on you, and don't forget to give it your all as an extra. Alright. Alright, everyone, let's do this. Lights, camera, action. What's that? Just there. Look. Oh, boy. What in the world is that? It's headed this way. Cut. Come on now, that's not to try to get closer to your trainer. What were you trying to do? Charm the audience? Director, in spite of its fireworks, I think Tarentum can actually learn the move Charm. I guess even the vicious temperament doesn't stop it from being a cuttlebug with its trainer. Then that means it can't be in the same scene as its trainer. But wait, hold on a moment. An ancient Pokemon for you, a bond with a human? Yes, I think that could work. Are you sure, Director? I don't think we've had a single shoot where we stuck to the script. Worry not. Films is no longer the terrifying reality of wild Pokemon. It's now coexisting with wild Pokemon. Our footage showing heartwarming sides of Pokemon fits perfectly with the new theme, and I dare say it's a better fit for Luminose than focusing on the terror. Yes, this is gonna be a huge hit. I can feel it. We were able to make this pivot only due to your help, my young friend. You have my thanks. Alright. Just like that, we have another Tarentum and a bunch of food teams we could get if we ever choose to actually grind it. But I don't have time for that. We're mainly here to evolve the Pokemon Terral and also get some strong teammates, which is why my Gardevoir is here. I like how, despite only being trained a little bit, Gardevoir is still doing a lot more damage than everything else is done. Even more than, what's this called? More than my, Alakazam. Yeah, there we go. I said it right. Alakazam. Long story short, though, yeah, we tried our best to get rid of a good amount of the side missions, but that was just so we wouldn't have anything to annoy us when we get into the main storyline, because now what we're going to do is continue with it. And by that I mean, we're going to go here. We're going to saddle up a battle against the Rogue Mega Evolution Simulator from here. Rogue Mega Simulation, we want to battle. We have to battle each of them, I see again, but on our own. So I guess we'll start with Victory Bell. And I wish you the best of luck in your battle against it. So how much stronger are they gonna be? And we have to do them by ourselves now, so this is gonna be tense now. Now we know a bit more how they work, we might have to change our plan. Okay. So we're basically facing all these bosses again. The Road Beta Pokemon we spent a lot of work trying to take out, now we have to face again. Alright, here we go. Just doing that took a lot of HP out of Emboar, I'll say. It didn't help that when we tried to switch to Gardevoir, we immediately got taken out. I was trying to get it to heal, but clearly that didn't work. This is probably the part where we just wait and dodge the attacks. Remember when I said that we need to do stuff? Oh, there is actually a cooldown timer. You just have to wait. Yeah, and then when it activates again, you can use items again. So it's just timed so you don't take too long. So Rowdy, we could still try using Flare Bits a bit more often. It just feels hard to use because, like, we can straight up defeat ourselves if we're not careful, but we can feed that by just constantly using items over and over again. So we'll do that, and then just simply switch to someone else. Or even pull it back if they're about to use something bad. So yeah, we're gonna do the switch trick. By super switch trick, I mean like straight up just not doing anything. So this kind of strategy you're seeing right now, this is probably what we should have been doing before when we first battled these Mega Pokemon. Is to, when they start using Super Moves, we should just focus on dodging instead of actually battling them properly. Then after enough time has passed, eventually the stuff will go away and we'll be able to attack again. Alright, now they're starting to fade. Now we can use Emboar safely again. Maybe we'll save a bit of our fair bits towards the end of the battle this time. We also have Fire Blast, that could work well. We should try using that a bit too. Okay, now we're going for the finishing blow. Here it is, the finisher, and just like that, we're done. Almost didn't lose anyone, but of course our one had to take a L there, but that's fine. Resounding victory nonetheless. I expected no less of you, of course. Which Pokemon do you like to take on next? Why don't we prepare? Because that was quite a bit so far. We need to switch this for boost of jeez, I don't know what I was saying there. High-Kick Blast, and as funny as Double Team was, I feel like I mostly just had that as a backup move. Probably Calm Mind is what I want to actually have on there. Yeah, maybe Calm Mind, and we can just start with our Gardevoir, actually, and maybe start opening with Psychic Mind using Wish and see how she will go through. And it's not the end of the world. We can also keep remembering her if we choose to, but with a Pokemon this like, we're probably going to want to just wait casually until stuff happens. Alright, time to battle against Hawlucha. The one that's probably the hardest, in my opinion, just because of the fact that we don't have a good strategy against it. Other than using psychic stuff, but yeah. So, this is an interesting part of the storyline. We're basically forced to battle all these Road Megas, a few of them rather, again. We should at least keep using Wish for now. Okay, both of our moves are great against Hawlucha. So either Psychic or Moonblast will work just fine. We need to probably make this up by using lots of wishes in particular. Right now, that's our only way to heal. There's our heal coming in clutch. Which does force us to stand still for quite a bit. We may want to run now while we heal. Should up our defense while Lucha's after us. He would not stop there. He just kept on running towards us instead of focusing on Arnavar. Don't really have a good way to stop this. We'll just switch it out and then run instead. That's the other way to skip a move, I see. Just completely pull back your Pokemon if you can't interrupt it in time. Obviously, we were supposed to use a plus move there, but we did not have one. Okay, well, slowly but surely we're taking it out now. Not the best strategy, but it's better than what we normally had. Oh, this time we can interrupt it. Perfect. This time we interrupted it like we should have. Switched out just to avoid that stomp that came by. One trick I also realized I could do. The Pokemon won't actually turn out of Mega unless it is completely out of energy. So if we need energy, we could just switch to someone else and have them battle in their place. Okay. I'm just gonna do the trick like we did the last time. I know we could do this normally, but why would we? When we could just straight up do this instead in time a dodge roll. It works just as fine, you know. Okay, well, wait. Yeah, right. I almost forgot. We don't have any special stuff. Well, we better just focus on attacking it fast. We do have an Ice Fang Gyarados as well that we can use. It's not the end of the world that we don't have the right typing for this battle. This was pretty tanky too. We did build it with quite a bit of HP. HP seems like the thing you need for these kind of battles that last longer. And also, if you want to heal, you can use as many healing items as you want. You just need to wait while they cool down. Alright, well now the bar is filled up again, so we can go back to Gardevoir. We'll just open with Wish since it's weakened already from before. Alright. Oh, perfect timing. Now we can interrupt it like we would normally. We're just gonna probably spam Moonblast and Psychic casually, as much as we can here. I like how, despite being level 52, Rogue Mega Lucha is actually kind of getting destroyed now, like by Gardevoir. We're pretty much resistant to everything it does, so that helps out a lot. So we're just gonna keep doing this move over and over again, pretty much. Until we get close to losing our Mega form, then we'll switch up to someone else. That is not who I wanted to switch to. Ooh, close. Almost got the drop on us. But we barely managed to escape. He's really fast. He really likes to run after us like this. If he keeps running after us, it will be a while before he can do anything again. Okay, having a Gardevoir certainly helps out with this battle, I'll say. The fact that because we did the mystery gift, we start with it right away, that means we could have been using it from the beginning of the game, but I already set a challenge for myself to do it without that particular battle, or without using that particular Pokemon, because I feel like it'd be unfair to get an unnecessary advantage for no reason, but everyone gets to do it, then I'm not so sure if that's advantage or not. I guess you could call it more of a benefit. How about that? Well, because we also got more experience from that, so that helps out. Alright. Vitri, I expect to know less of you, of course, and now there's only one Pokemon remaining. Well, no choice. We battle it now. Very good. This is a Rock Dragon type. That actually means that it'll be 4 times affected by Ice-type moves. Oh wait, no, it's Tyranitar. I thought it was Tyranitum. Wait, if it's actually Rock and Dark, then Emboar would actually be perfect instead, but I'm not sure if we should start with him or not. Maybe start with a tankier Pokemon, maybe use our Moonblast on it for a bit. Okay, maybe... No, I think I'll stick with Gyarados. Gyarados is a safe bet, because water-type moves are also super effective against it. So that's probably what we want to keep doing. As for fast moves, probably Ice Vein, Waterfall will work good. We haven't seen Tyranitar in a while, I'll say. Okay, one thing we could also do is, because we have Emboar, we could try using the close combat. Because it should be Rock and Dark, right? Yeah, it'll take a lot of damage from that. Okay. We can just run away from this. See, this is what I meant by doing the trick setup. I think what you are meant to do is, since you can draw back your Pokemon at any time and you're not forced to keep them in, you should be constantly switching between using your Pokemon and then running away when they do something bad. Of course, our silly Everturners didn't know about that, so they likely got destroyed. Tawny, all those people from TMZ, they probably didn't know about that, so they likely got destroyed because of that. Not saying that they're not bad, it's just that I wish they knew a bit more about how to, you know. Okay, we just put him into phase 2. It's definitely gonna do something. Better pull back our Pokemon again. Dodge this. So this game, kind of, because of this, is half actually battling Pokemon and then half the time playing a little bit of Dark Souls, actually. By Dark Souls, I'm pretty sure everybody knows what I mean. Straight up, it means we, half of the time we're also dodging attacks, and Dark Souls, I know you have to do a lot of dodging. Also, it has this resistance barrier around it. What does that mean for us? I think it wants to try and get close so it can get hit. It can hit us. Well, obviously we're not going to try and let that happen, will we? It has Outrage now, too. You can see it's already getting a lot stronger than it was before. See, I was waiting for that to end so that Gyarados wouldn't keep taking damage over and over again. I just realized if you switch out a Pokemon, you can have their stats return to normal too. Alright, we're gonna heal to make this faster. I think Dragon Rush is the next fastest thing we can do. Again, to save time, we'll wait until this attack ends. Then go for another thing. I like how also its Sand Tomb is very much different. Instead of being normal like you would expect, instead is really dangerous. It straight up forces us to run. Let's try using special moves on it, since it probably would just Gyarados otherwise. Except, nah, that's not really working at all. Time to heal, I guess. The things I do sometimes for these videos, I'll say. Oh, it's actually not Dragon. Apparently it's Water Dark instead. I always wondered why I wasn't doing as much. It was a lot more than I expected, I see. This again. Oh, it's doing the same old stuff again, but it's even more annoying. Back to this again, I see. Whoa! That was really sudden out of nowhere. That was my own risk that I took, by the way. Well, just like before, we're gonna have to wait for a bit. I think Tyranitar is definitely the most annoying of the two. The fact that it can just keep doing lots of damage. Doing stuff while you're there. You kind of just have to wait for it to stop being angry. Then you can really start damaging it. And just for fun, as you can see, we're gonna use a non-Mega Pokemon to defeat a Mega one. Again, proving that you do not need to Mega Evolve your Pokemon to win these battles. It is limited, though, how much you can do that. Obviously, it's easier to use the Mega Evolved Pokemon in any scenario if you can. So, barely done. As a way to be expensive for one of our first ever Z-A Royale Championship champions, you are truly impressive to have so soundly defeated 3 rogue Mega Evolved Pokemon on your own, even if they were simulations. I guess it was pretty impressive. Okay then. Yes, what is it? Understood. So the fine object we believe to be Yveltal has finally reached the borders of Luminose City. Please notify nearby residents. Citizens to be put on alert. As you overheard all you needed to, Yveltal's arrived. It appears to for the roof of Rogue District's Gary Diva Loon. Yveltal is said to be able to absorb life force. It represents death itself, meaning simply defeating a battle won't be enough. It'll just fly into a rage. You absolutely have to catch it to control it. Once again, something we have to catch. Alright. Well, we're getting some stronger Pokemon. Very soon, Pikachu will be able to handle stuff in battle more often than not. Okay. Wait, here? So it's gonna be in here? Oh, boy. Ends up going in crazy in the middle of the shopping mall. That's gonna be very awkward to explain to people out there. They said it'll be at the roof though, so we should first try to figure out how to get to the roof. of this building. And then maybe we could do it. Move the battle against it after a while. If we manage to finish this and still have time, we can then do a side mission to make up for us not doing one earlier. To be fair, as you can see, I'm getting quite tired of the side missions. I know I have to do them at all, but I'd rather focus on finishing the main campaign so we can get started with DLC and other stuff. And if a mission says it's extra, we'll probably save that for after we've beaten all the main game stuff. See, when I first heard that, though, I thought it was straight up. Jeez, I can't speak right now. Classic Pikachu right there. Is the electric type move on a bird. Almost unfair, it seems, sometimes. Especially when we've trained ours quite a bit now. Okay. Alright. Alright, I'm ready. I'm not gonna do this with Pikachu, but I just thought it'd be cool to have him here just for a bit. Alrighty. Let's summon Yveltal, or whatever the heck his name is. I don't know how to pronounce it. But yeah, we're gonna take him out. Or rather catch him, because we have to. We do not have the Dust Ball yet. We can fight him at night if we choose to. I forgot to mention, yeah, if you're struggling, you can set the time to night and get the bonus for Dust Ball in this particular battle if you choose. But we're going to try and catch it, obviously. Attempted Yveltal's Rifars. I suppose you must have found it. Tails is extremely dangerous Pokemon. I trust you will take care. And you know you gotta catch it, right? It's a big job, but you ought to be up to it. Now, we could have also opted to battle it with Xerneas too, but it might be more interesting to put those Pokemon in a bit later down the line, perhaps. Okay, it's severely more stronger than Xerneas was. Already attacking a lot faster, I see. We'll just have to put more damage on ourselves then. We do have that heal trick we could do before. We'll probably use that here again too, and then we'll have to wait for it to go off. Ooh, we have a good chance to catch it because it got frozen. It's not often the Pokemon gets frozen. Okay, well, that helped us out. Because we froze it, we didn't really need to do much else. And just like that, we caught another legendary. You never stopped surprising me. To think you would be able to conquer even Yveltal. I just wanted to protect Luminose. Perhaps it's true that wanting something too much clouds the vision, sends one down paths that lead only to defeat. What are you going on about now, Grish? Nothing. Nothing at all. I was just thinking how wonderful it would be to have a serious battle against our friend here who had subdued Luminose's mightiest Pokemon. Seriously, if there's a point here, would you mind getting to it? My point is that old fixation upon restoring our honor held me captive to the past, and now I'm focused wholly on becoming the greatest I could be. A better go, I rather think. Yes, I guess. Nothing wrong with that, huh? I prefer the look you get on your face when you're focused in battle. You almost look good. I think I'll maintain a nice expression when I'm dealing with our customers. Good winch. Are we all ready for a nice coffee break? One piping hot cup full of props to you. I swear it's not just dregs we couldn't sell today. Alright. Just like that, we're done with that. Jeez. At level 12, that thing's still kind of resistant to being mad, huh? You're just as annoying to catch as normal. Level 12 Pokemon, by the way. Being surprisingly resistant to being caught. Actually, we could try a Nest Ball maybe on this, because it's super low level. So it might catch it much easier. So for catching a lot of the early Pokemon, Nest Balls are really great. I'm gonna hit it from here. Oh, we hit that one in the back all the way over here. Oh, wow, we knocked out 2 Pokemon at once there. Alright. What do you say? I think our Pikachu's getting mighty finely strong now. Thanks to its lucky egg and all the other stuff we tried to get. We'll see. Let's see if we can't maybe use it a bit more. Who knows? I have to say, when it hits level 70, or maybe actually I could battle right now. Who knows? You know what? Since it got to level 65 and stuff, I'm feeling a little bit more confident. I'm gonna try the side mission now, for real. So, this is why we trained up our Pikachu, if you're wondering, with all this experience stuff and whatnot. We're gonna give it a Focus Sash, so it can survive at least 2 moves. Or I guess we could have... No, wait! It would... Because it can't evolve, we should probably have it held in Evilite instead. That'd probably be better. That'd probably be the safer option, just have it hold Evilite, which we do have somewhere. Yeah, here we go. We should favorite our lucky egg as well. I didn't see if we favorited it or not, though. So now we have to find it. There we go, now we can see where it is. Now an Evilite will work on Pikachu because it cannot evolve yet. So having an Evilite on it will make it more tanky, and it's probably going to be our main way we're going to counter the Pikachu that has a light ball on it instead. Alright, well. On that note... And on that note, let's say goodbye once again to the friends we know and love for a minute or two again. So that we can have our Pikachu do some work. For those of you Pikachu fans out there, this will probably be a battle scene, I'll say that much. We got it some nice attack, we got it some nice defense, and now we're building up its special defense even more on top of that. Yeah, this Pikachu is looking good. We did get an Evilite as well to help out. Now with this setup, we're gonna try maybe a couple of times to see if our Pikachu can take out his. And it's gonna be female versus a male Pikachu. How cool. Let's see how tough this really is. I wasn't going to do this until like 65 anyway, so now we're close. Let's try. It's go time, partner. Let's show what the strongest Pikachu in the world can do. Oh, really? If you ask me, Ash's Pikachu is probably the strongest in the world if you wanted to ask me, but we'll see if I can at least defeat yours. Alright. Quite an interesting, I'll say. Ooh, it's already starting off with Dig. Dig, I see. That's probably something I should have protected against, but I did not see that coming. How would I have known that was gonna happen? To be fair, Dig is not the move you would expect, but I can run from it, so it's not the end of the world. This is definitely a battle we can win. It's just I did not expect him to use Dig of all things. Now I see it. He has a ground type move. Alright. Well, we'll start with our Surf right away to see if we can do some damage. It didn't help that he used a physical move anyway, so like I said, Light Screen didn't really do much, so I guess we're just using this. Alright, now we're running. Oh wow, it really does lock on. There's not really a great strategy against that. So he's kind of set up in a way where unless we, like, somehow defend or something, we are just gonna get stuck in an infinite loss simulator. The fact that he has Dig is nasty. This kid is actually more of a jerk than I expected. And the fact that Dig can actually be avoided this way, I thought it was avoidable, but apparently running around doesn't work as good as I thought. Because you can't command them to use Protect until later. Alright. I used it too early anyway. There's not a lot we could really do then, in that case. I don't know why, but this predator is a lot more stronger. It seems like there's gonna be a different strategy that we need for this. The fact that it also has Protect on top of this, yeah, this kid really is a jerk. I've decided we're not gonna stop battling him until we come up with something. I know Thunderbolt definitely doesn't work. We might have to actually Quick Attack. Come to think of it, because of how fast he is. Might have to come up with moves that evade their moves instead. Yeah, like... Ugh, he keeps using Protect too, like... It always knows when I want to do moves, so it always knows when to Protect, so it's not like we could do anything about that. And the fact that Dig goes through Protect and you can't order it to use Protect, yeah. That alone, I think this guy is not actually joking around. What's funny is now, our Bubble is actually trained, it's just... He's nasty because he knows how to exploit our one weakness, but that also kind of gives us our out. Suddenly, I might realize I might have to actually do what he's doing. Just because of his stupid Dig move, we have to change it up. So we have to take this. And we just need to wait on him. Protect and then attack. And just try something. Yeah, well, that was not gonna work either. Yeah, so we pretty much have to just get lucky and take him out somehow. I don't know how, but... Like, this is not a battle we could just train up and try again. This is more like a we need the right move, because for some reason he just has all the stupid moves. I don't know why he has Dig, honestly, but... That also teaches us one thing. Because Pikachu has Dig, that means we can teach it Dig too. So we're gonna try that. We're gonna have Dig in that spot instead, and actually, probably, since of the other problem we saw earlier, we can also have Reflect. We should try Reflect instead. That should help out a little bit with maybe our defense. And the meanwhile, obviously, we'll have to use Dig first. That's the first thing we have to do. It seems like we have no choice but to Dig. So, I just realized, this guy seems tough, but it's more of a puzzle battle than anything. We basically couldn't do it because we didn't know that we had to use Dig first, but because we know now that we can use Dig, we can just set him up with a lot of attack and be fine, which also speaking of which, he does have high attack too, so I assume we need to train up our Pikachu more in that in order to not get destroyed. But also, he forgets something. I have cheats. As you can see, I don't have time to train my Pikachu in attack. Not after we did all that work in special attack, so yeah, we're just gonna have to heal instead. It was a nasty way of winning, but if I had known about this, I would have trained to exclusively attack. Even if we lost, I still know you're the greatest Pikachu. Jeez, he's more like the most annoying one ever. Having Dig is super rough to deal with in this game for some reason. Whoa, I can't believe your Pikachu beat my Light Ball boosted powder. Can you tell how shocked I am? You're both super strong for sure. I'm so impressed I'll even give you this Light Ball. Alright. Don't worry, I have heaps of these things at home. And hey, Pikachu, don't you worry either. We'll just train more and get even stronger. To level 100 with our Light Ball, we'll be in the best in the world for real. Alright. Well, that was a cool battle. Not really. Didn't help that he was super stat for no reason or another. Honestly, the rough part of the battle is it didn't really seem hard in the end. It was more of a puzzle battle than anything. It was just super annoying because, like, he's stat with a lot of attack due to not only a Light Ball, but other things as well. So while it may seem like a Pikachu in the outside, in reality, it was a lot stronger than expected. And that's why I don't like that battle, and I hope to not have to do a battle like that ever again. But I still like Pikachu, so I've decided. Until the end of the video, I'm going to keep this Pikachu with me. I think I trained it the way I did in a way. We're going to change its moves around again, but I think I want to use it in battle. I feel like I can do that. In fact, that's filled me with so much confidence that I'm just going to give it some XP candies right now. We're going to level it up to level 70 and see how it can stand against some of the toughest opponents in the game. To be honest, me involving that Raichu might have been a mistake, I'll say, but who knows. Of course, I didn't know that this was going to be so hard. If I knew that, I would have probably changed its stats to be more attack-focused instead. Attack and defense-focused, actually, more specifically. I knew I needed the Yveltal to at least partially counter its defense. By the way, I assume we would have gotten one shot if we didn't have the Yveltal. So, for sure, having Yveltal, definitely recommended. Because, like, if it has a Light Ball, you counter that with defense, and then also stacking defense on top of that. Alright, well, for now, though, we're going to keep training with the Lucky A, because we do want this to reach level 100 at some point, so, yeah. Yeah, call me cheer, whatever you want, but I'm a normal playthrough person that does a blind playthrough. I do not have time to waste time on a hard battle like that. Well, since we did that trick, but we also are going to keep our Pikachu for a bit, perhaps I should probably chain up that other Pokemon now. Also, I guess that means I kinda joked, because I said I would keep it, but I said for the story battle. So because I need it for the story battle, I've decided in its place, I'll switch out Gardevoir instead. Hope you guys aren't too annoyed with that decision, but then again, don't blame me, blame the game. This game is the one that makes us fight solo battles all the time. It's not like we can do much else to change it. If you can't beat someone with an easier Pokemon, you have to do it by slowly but surely evolving one instead. So on that note, we'll take this held item. Actually just switch it over to you. And we're actually, I like the strategy that guy was using, I'll say. Enough so much that I'll start by first getting, I don't want Dig, obviously. I want a Surf back first, actually. I think having Surf is just honestly really cool. It's just, I guess it's a little bit of a slower move, so it's not necessarily the best. I will say, though, that was definitely a tougher battle. I know these kind of games tend to be a little bit on the harder side, but, like, when you get Pokemon using style like that, yeah, it gets extra tricky, I say. Well, I still like the Reflect Protect. Honestly, Reflect might be better then, because, like, If it already has a lot of special defense, maybe better to use Reflect instead. You might have only briefly noticed, but that Reflect actually did do a big deal. It cut our damage, like, almost in half completely. So despite being super effective, it still did a lot. I guess our only regret was not having a light ball ourselves, but now that we know about that, we can try that on our Pikachu as well. To be fair, this is an item you can get other ways. By the way, I forgot to mention, its origins are you can, if you trade a Pikachu from Generation 1, it'll always be holding a light ball. So that's how you used to have to get it, by the way. Which I think is a cool tidbit. Well, anyways, long story short, I guess we were able to do that side mission after all. It seemed really hard, but we did it. So now there's only one trolley side mission left we haven't done on the main map, and that's, of course, the Mora run, which means we're probably going to have to train it. So for now, we're going to save the game and call it quits. Is what I was going to say more, but yeah, we're going to probably still going to want to finish the main storyline first. As you might have guessed, yeah, we caught Yveltal. That's what I'm excited about. We're ending this episode here, and until then, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Comment, rate, subscribe if you enjoyed it, and I'll see you guys in the next video. And until then, maybe we will have the DLC bot. And until then, see you guys later. Bye.